Welcome everyone to In the Grade Podcast. Elections are coming up soon, so remember to vote Kimchi Poppy, baby.
That's right, Kimchi Poppy 24. Let's go.
It is your boy Marco, and I'm here with the other two favorite co-hosts of all time. Let's get into it.
What up? It's your boy Jay, aka Kimchi Poppy. You know, like the saying goes.
You got a frog in your throat, man.
I was trying to imitate Trump.
That was your imitation of Trump.
I forgot the hand gestures.
Yeah,
The hand
I have to
gestures.
do the hand gesture.
Oh my god, it's going to be big. All right. Welcome back to In the Grey Podcast. I'm your main host, Skyline, and we're in a different setting today, which is a lot better. This is the
Looks
quality
brighter.
of air is better.
Yeah.
We have more space, and you don't hear random banging noises on the table, Rosaly. And then,
Dude, wait till you see the latest episode. Holy shit. There's even one part where you stop her hand, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, stop banging on the table. And she's, shit, I'm sorry. Jesus, fuck. That's like 2 hours into the recording, though. That's hilarious.
Oh my
Yeah, this place is brighter than my future. It's great.
man. Okay, so just for an update on how the crew is doing, Q's actually been promoted to tour manager, and she'll be going on tour. I can't disclose the artist, but she will be busy and won't be joining us as often as she used to. But we would love to congratulate Q on that promotion and that
Good
job.
job.
We are very happy for you.
We're proud of her. Yeah.
There we go. And we wish the best for you. And of course, we'll gladly love to have you when you're free. That's your girl Q. Will be not in much episodes because of that, but wish her the best.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Rosaly goes, she is mostly spending most of her time in the comedy scene in Canada. So she will be quite busy. So it'll just be us boys like used to and all that stuff. And again, big shout out to all the listeners who are still listening. Because I still don't know how we reach like 200 or 300 every time I do. But that's a lot of people. I can name like 6 people who listen top of my head. I can't even name the others. But yeah, I can name like 6 people. But yeah, YouTube, you're whack. Spotify and Apple, that's where the big listeners are. So big shout out to you guys. Doesn't mean I hate YouTube, but you know, whatever. This camera. But any announcements you guys want to make? No. All right, let's get into it. All right, so these questions came from you guys as always. So I'm just gonna go straight down because fuck thinking, and I haven't tackled most of it, but here we go. All right, would you say it's normal to get to know one person at a time or multiple at a time?
Good question. I want to say I guess it depends on how the person plays the game. Because some people put all their eggs in one basket. That was one advice you gave me a few years ago.
Damn it, I'm exposed.
Like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket was the advice I was given. But I guess it just depends on the person and how they approach talking to people.
Yeah. I think for myself, I think it's I also want to add on to what you said. I agree. I also think it depends on the person too. Because some people has like this moral. So I just recently gave this advice to someone. If you're listening, if you do listen, well, I wouldn't say recent, but I know it was like a few months ago. And I've noticed every single time this individual, let's just call him Adam, right? Every time Adam would try to get to know multiple people at once, he seemed to have like this moral or guilt. This guilt of like, in a way, he felt like he's being unfair or like kind of cheating that he's getting to know multiple people. So I said to this person, Adam, and I said, well, you're on a dating app. What makes you think the other people aren't talking to other people or going on dates with them? And it's like, you're doing the same thing. It's not like you meet this person like outside and you're like, I don't know, just getting to know them and you establish that it's like exclusive and stuff like that. Because usually if you're getting to know a person on dating apps, you will establish that once things like the chemistry and all that start to link up. And then you kind of talk about exclusive and then, moving on from there and stuff like that. then you would like kind of narrow your options or something like that, or start to put your eggs in your baskets once that happened. I think in this modern society or day and age, especially with technology, how communication works, I think you're bound to talk to multiple people at once, and get to know multiple people at once. Get to know. The keyword get to know. Because if that was, I don't know, that to me it's like, I think that's normal, but for some people I do understand that there is a guilt that comes with it, that when you're talking to like multiple people at once and you kind of feel like it's unfair. But if you're on a dating app, it's like, or you met them at a dating app, I mean, like, what difference does it make? That's my opinion of it. Jay, what do you think?
Kind of like what Marco said. It depends on the pace you're going with. Like, let's say you're going out with someone that you met on a dating app, and you feel like it's not working out, or you have a hint of like maybe it didn't go the way you wanted it to. Then when you just go on to the next option, while keeping her in your back pocket. You know what I mean? I mean, in some ways, it's a good way for you to not waste time, especially if you are, I wouldn't say like in a rush to find somebody. You know, that's the way I look at it. But me personally, I just go like one by one.
You go one by one?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a guilt when you get to know? Oh, so okay, yeah.
No, I don't feel guilt.
But do you feel like it's wrong to talk to like two people when you're like in that situation?
Nope.
No. How about you, Marco? You ever, like, if you were?
No. So what I would do back then in the dating apps is I would talk to these multiple matches with these different girls, and then whichever one, like, the conversation was going better, or flowing better, that's where I would put more of my eggs in that basket, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you give that one more attention.
Right.
Yeah. I think so. All right, moving along. Had you ever had an athletic journey, and how did it turn out?
Try not to touch the table too much. It's I can hear it every time you.
I haven't even touched it. Oh, to grab the beer?
Marco was doing it earlier, and I was like, "What's that sound?" See, it's traumatized me. That Canada is so traumatized.
Yeah, the table tap.
You see the recording? Oh my god, dude! I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, pretty much.
Take two. Repeat the question.
Okay. Had you ever had an athletic journey, and how did it turn out? I'll start off.
Go ahead.
So, yes, I had an athletic journey, but it was more like a side quest, I guess you can kind of say. But like, I signed up for the gym with me and my friends, right? I think you guys all know this. And it was at a time where most of us was going through some things, like relationship problems, mostly relationship problems. But myself, I was like a cheerleader there. Like, I think I worked out my mouth more when I was at the gym than I actually worked out any part of my body. But to the point, well, I signed up for that gym, and I must have worked out like maybe not even a month or two, right? Give or take. And I continued paying for this gym after stop going with my friends for those 2 months for almost 3 years. And then I canceled my subscription 3 years later. The reason why I stopped, right? I guess you can kind of say this is cocky, and I still remember the day of when it happened. I was lifting weights, right? I was doing bench presses, and I was like trying really hard because I wanted to feel sore, because when you feel a little bit sore, it means you're actually like, you're actually growing or whatever, right? And then I don't know why, but when I just couldn't do the last two push, I put the weight down, right? And then I said to myself, like, I don't need this shit. All I gotta do is talk to the girl and walk away after that, because my brain was like, I don't think I gotta look good for the girl to start lifting weights or whatever. I know that like it was supposed to be for my better health and whatever. Yeah, I know that. I'm not the healthiest person. As you can tell, I'm smoking, drinking in front of the camera. Probably gonna be the first one here dead. But my health, but my cockiness ended my athletic journey. So yes, I had, and it didn't go so well for me. That's my experience with athletic journey.
3 years, Jesus Christ, dude!
I paid for freaking that gym.
Yeah, how much is it a year?
It was only like $10 a month.
Oh, it's 120 a year then.
Yeah, like 120. It was like $10 a month.
Yeah, it's all right. I've been doing similar since like I first joined the gym back in like 2015. I signed up for the gym and I was going, and then like around 2016, maybe 2017, I stopped going for like 3 or 4 years, and then I've been slowly trying to get back into it because like back then I used to go to the gym almost like every day.
But have you been paying for it?
Yeah, and I was paying for it. I was paying for it. Yeah, so I did the same thing. Yeah, but recently I've been going. Like I've been trying to go whenever I can. So
That's a good thing. See, at least you're going.
at least I'm trying to get my money's worth out of it now. But yeah, but like when I first started, I was going for like the first year or 2 years. I was going like almost every day, and that was like the most fit I was ever in my life. And then my daughter was born, and then I just stopped going. I gained so much weight. Yeah.
They say that happens like in a relationship.
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship, yeah.
But yeah, so for like about 3 or 4 years, I was just paying my gym membership without going.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what came over me, and I know what actually came over me that made me go and cancel it was because of my debit card expired and it renewed, and they were trying to charge my card, and it kept bouncing back, and then they charged me a late fee, right? And I was like, okay, you know what? I got the email about the late fee, so then I decided to go there. It's like, pay the late fee, cancel the gym membership. That's what I did. I was like, you know what? Since I'm here, and the guy's like, "What's the reason for canceling?" And then, mind you, I was built like a twig. And then I said to him, "I was like, well, it's because I don't have time," which was a lie because I had a lot of time in my hand. I was just straight up lazy and unmotivated. That was the other thing. And it took a late fee and my card expiring, and I renewed my card but didn't update it with the gym for me to go and cancel it.
That's funny.
That's really what happened.
So you know what's funny? The reason why you stopped was because you got lazy. For me, the reason why I still kept paying for it was because I was just too lazy to cancel it.
Wow.
Mind you,
say, like, did you guys get any notifications?
It's like 5 minutes. Yeah, the email. It's 5 minutes down the street from where we currently are right now.
But like every month, you guys never notice like a notification saying like, "Hey,
we're well aware it's charging us."
Yeah, I was aware that I was getting charged. Yeah, I was aware, but
it sounds like you guys like completely didn't know it was still happening.
No, I was aware.
We were aware of how long like prolonged.
For me, it was just straight up laziness. But then during the pandemic, they put a pause on the charging because no one was going to the gym anyways.
Yeah, that's actually the other reason why mine kind of stayed so long.
Yeah.
And then during the pandemic was when my card expired.
Yeah.
So they didn't charge it anyways. So I got this random email charge. I mean, it's not random.
Yeah.
That they started to recharge people back again. Yeah. All right.
That's crazy.
Jay, you ever went on a athletic adventure?
Man, I have an athletic epic, man. That's great. So it all started when I first met On. He was like the skinniest motherfucker I've known ever. He still is. But he had
he's cut.
Yeah, he had some.
Cut by moving stuff.
He had like abs, right?
Yeah.
And he would always go to the gym. We had this friend called Ling, which I don't think we talk to him anymore. But
it's been years.
It's been years. You know him. You remember him, right?
Yeah.
So he would always. He's the musclehead in our friends group. He would always kind of like force us to go do some sort of exercise, like run or hit the gym or whatever, right? So the whole time I was going to On's house, we would always do something physical, like physical activity.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like we would literally go to drive to the beach and just run. We would go to the park randomly and just do like push-ups or sit-ups.
A can opener? Chuck.
I have a can opener. I have one right here.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Jay. Go ahead. But I needed my beard off.
No, like I was saying, we had this friend called Ling in our friends group back then. He was the musclehead in our group. Like he was probably the most muscular guy we had. And every time I would go to On's house and he would show up, he would always want us to go out and do something like a physical activity. Like for example, sometimes we would drive to the beach and just run. Sometimes we go to like parks and just do push-ups and sit-ups on the freaking like the park, like the kids area where it's like the bars and whatever,
monkey bars.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then at one point, like Dan actually, On and Dan got gym memberships, and they wanted to take me along too. and I did that for like a while, and that's when I started to figure out like if I forced myself to do like exercises, whether it be like bench pressing or anything, I would actually get like super lightheaded to the point where I feel like throwing up. So I couldn't do much. I would always sit near the window just watching them do workouts while I just chill there.
It's funny too. So like when I first started the whole gym journey thing, it was like back in 2010. My friend was he had a membership at LA Fitness. So LA Fitness was like way more expensive than Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
This was like 40-50 bucks a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Isn't it like 40-50 bucks?
Yeah, but it was nice though, because like that one had like a swimming pool.
Is this the one on Route 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a swimming pool. It had a hot tub.
Had a sauna room.
It had a sauna room.
Yeah.
It had like a basketball court. It had like a second floor where it's just all treadmills. It had like some type of like tennis, pickleball type like courtrooms.
Yeah, the whole stadium.
I like it.
It was nice.
I would go there.
I used to go.
I started because I was like, because I'm not even going to the other one.
It's funny because like this is back 2010. My friend, he was the one that made me go because he was like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm going, and so like the guy cut this up for like a few months, so it wasn't that expensive. But then after a while, we started paying the $50 a month.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going. And then the same thing happened to me where like my card expired and they were charging me like, oh, you know, you got to pay this and all that shit. So I paid it and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not coming back again. It's too expensive.
It is. But damn, pickleball, speaking about pickleball, it's like, I feel like that's like the new thing that everyone gets into.
Yeah. This
people talking about it.
Yeah,
this. Like, what the fuck is pickleball?
Yeah, I Googled it after. I didn't know what it was either.
Yeah, so I don't know. This is like some type of tennis because it's like a small room. Instead of facing each other, you both face the wall, one's in front of the other, and you hit it and you bounce the ball off the wall, and then the other person hits it. Yeah. So it's like some type of like indoor tennis or something. I don't know what kind of sport it is.
One-sided tennis, I guess you can kind of say.
Yeah. But they had a bunch of those, and it was a really fancy gym and exact same membership, same story as you.
Yeah, that's crazy. I still remember going to On's, and there was like a whole month long where I would go there and we do like the fucking P90X workouts. It was so. I can tell you the same thing. It was so bad. Like
Really?
he could keep up, but me, I was like struggling. I was like sweating buckets every single day I was at his place. And I'm just like, my muscles were sore. But we would do that for a whole fucking month.
I remember with you guys.
Yeah, and there was a time where we did DDR.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude,
that was
calories though.
That was yeah, I was the one who brought it over because my brother had the dance mat and we brought it over. We used to play it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I remember that summer too, we would go bike riding a lot.
Yep. So we
bike riding.
Yeah, dude, we went all out.
You know I'm laughing about bike riding.
Yeah. We went everywhere.
We did we went to random places.
Yeah, we went to this nice place called Constitution Beach, which is in East Boston. It's a small beach, and you got a nice view of the airport, so you see all the airplanes taking off and landing. We used to bike there. There was once where I don't know if you were there, Jay. I can't remember, but I know I went with An and Ling, and we biked all the way to Revere Beach. Revere Beach.
I was with you guys.
I'm like, yeah, I'm slurring my words over here.
I was with you,
but we did the whole beach and back.
Yep. And we went from An's house all the way to Revere Beach on bike.
Yeah.
And midway when we were coming back, one of my tires popped.
Yeah.
So I had to walk with the bike back.
I remember the way back, we were like dying of thirst. We stopped at a Dunkin' on the way to get water.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember, and it's funny too because I remember one time it was just with An. We went to Breakheart Reservation, and like once we started, like it's kind of a steep hill.
Yeah.
And only An and I made it, and then we just started. It wasn't even like a minute in, and Jay was struggling, so he's just walking his bike up.
Yep.
I have the picture up on Facebook.
Yep. I remember Breakheart was another place.
Yeah.
We would go there all the time. Dan would drag me over there solo. Like me and him would just go there.
Oh yeah, you guys used to hike that place all the time.
And I'm like,
that time with An, we took our bikes and then we just rode our bikes around all of Breakheart.
Yeah.
But I'll send you the pictures so you can put it in the video. But just like
look at it right here.
Yeah. But that was like
it's just funny because I'm taking a selfie with An behind me, and in the background I see is Jay like.
Yeah. That's crazy to think that was almost like 10 to 15 years.
That was 10 years ago, 2014.
Yep.
Is it
Yeah.
Back then, like I was the most fit I've ever was.
Yeah, that was
It actually
2014.
worked.
like Anya and all them, like a lot of my friends says like K's just naturally strong. That's the weird part. I have like so much natural energy. It's weird. I don't even know how.
Mhm.
I don't even work out. I don't. And then like the other thing that they like to make fun of me for is like my man boobs or whatever. Because you know how like if I drink too much, I get too
Mhm.
hot, and then more clothes comes off, and then everyone's like, "K's drunk because he already has his shirt off or whatever,"
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And then all the time, everyone just make fun of my man boobs. It's like, it's weird, Kay. It's just you're just naturally strong. Like, you sure you don't work out? I don't work out.
I want to say the reason why you have so much energy and you're like at least in good shape, like stamina wise,
Yeah.
is all the snoo you're doing.
That actually is true, though. Yeah,
It's keeping you fit.
and
Yeah, it's keeping you fit.
I think that is. No, I'm 100% sure that is the most athletic thing I do all year round.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and it requires a lot of stamina, a lot of
Yep.
lifting. Actually, that probably is why.
Yeah,
A lot of thrusting.
Yeah, there you go. Now
Probably.
it all makes sense.
A lot of thrusting. Yep.
A lot of thrusting, a lot of stamina, a lot of breathing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Figured it
maybe I
out.
should edit that out.
Figured it out.
Yeah, I'll keep it in. All right, well, let's move along. All right. What the heck? I accidentally just clicked on the link to join the podcast. Okay. All right. Actually, it could be anyone. Actually, since we're on the topic about muscle memory, I'll just skip down to this. I mean, muscles and stuff. What's your muscle memory that your body can perform without thinking? So your body's so used to this, you do it without even thinking, like a muscle memory. For me, it'd be driving, if I think about it. Sometimes I don't even know how the car gets there. Like, I'm dazed off, and like the car's just, my body's just moving and piloting the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a manual. That's why you notice I'm doing that. And I would somehow get there. Driving for me would be one. That's one thing my body could do without like me even having to think.
Mm.
My other friend, I know, he works at this like kind of like, I guess you can kind of call it like an assembly line, kind of, right? And he can, without even looking at the line or whatever he's doing, and he can just keep building the item, right? He's not even looking at it, and he'll build it in the same speed. Because I've been doing this for like 20 years, man. And I was like, damn, your body developed a muscle memory for this? Like, that's insane. And he like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, he can roll, like, you know those empty big barrels, whatever, right? He can roll the barrel over and make it go park next to the other barrel on the other side. And it'll just roll. And he doesn't even look to see where it rolls. He'll just glimpse at it and then roll it from this side, and then he'll move along, grab the next barrel, look at it, glimpse at it, roll it again. He knows the amount of force that he needs to use. Probably wouldn't face him with bear pong, but he's like, his body's muscle memory remembers that.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, for me, I think it's driving. I'm pretty sure, because I've driven under the influence. And my body is moving the car on its own, and I'm just the passenger. Like,
You're just an autopilot.
Like, I'm just a passenger. It's like, I don't even know what's going on. This car is moving, but I don't know how I'm getting home. But I'm getting like I'm not thinking. The car's just moving, and my body is moving. I don't even know how. And it's weird. And Jay can vouch for me for this. I've drove our friends under the influence extremely, but
dude,
somehow
he would be like. He'd be like super fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like scared shitless. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
it's like perfect driving the whole way. And like, I'm not thinking to the body. I could just be talking to you and be like, you guys all right? I'll get us home. All right.
It's funny because when I get dropped off and he drives himself back home, I get a little nervous. I'm like, I hope he fucking texts as he gets back home. You know what I mean? I hope he doesn't get pulled over or something. Shit. I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, for me, it's driving. But I don't know how, but yeah, that's my body muscle memory. Sadly.
Trying to think. But one was when I used to like work at a bank. When I worked as a teller, when all the little prompts, I got so used to everything.
Yeah.
Every little prompt would pop up. Like I would already move the mouse cursor up to like where the buttons are already, what I'm supposed to be clicking. So I would just like.
You could be brain dead in doing it, right?
Yeah, like I like if it was deposit, like click deposit, and then the little the next little window prompt would pop up, and I already know like where the button, whatever I have to be doing is gonna be.
That counts. It's like people who play Fortnite. They can build a whole entire thing. I already know what Jay's answer is.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Something with the keyboard.
No, I thought you were gonna say riding a bike. That requires muscle memory.
You never forget. Because I was gonna say the keyboard, because I can do commands without even looking down or anything, and just look to the side and be like, especially at work too. I know exactly where everything is. So I just tap. A lot of the stuff we have over there at work is just a touch screen. So I just like. Okay. Second thing, I had this thing where I have like a pencil or a pen in my hand, and I would just twirl it around without thinking, and you know what I mean? Yeah, have you done it before? It was like twirl it around.
Yeah. I haven't, but I've seen people do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen people do it. You know what's funny too is that that kind of reminds me of smokers, because they always need something to fidget with their hands, and then smokers always have that habit. Like they need something to be playing with their hands.
They put something in their mouth, like a pen or something.
Yeah, and they're always like twirling.
I see that a lot. Is that what it is?
Yeah, smokers. It's a smoker habit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had this weird fucking habit. I don't know what it is. I tried Googling it, but I have a thing where I have to have like a sharp object touching my fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Yeah, I would literally get like a pen or a pencil and just tap my fingers.
That's.
If I have like
you might want to get that checked.
And I don't know what it is. I googled it, and the closest thing I could find is some sort of like OSD or something. No, it's some type of like OSD kind of thing, or I don't know.
Like OSD?
Yeah.
Like you mean like OCD or OSD?
I think that they called it OSD, not OCD.
Like, that's a new
I don't know. It's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it, but yeah.
I think the twirling thing takes it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Moving along, shall we? Describe your dream house.
Dream house.
What would your dream house be like? You could put anything about it. I don't know, on an island, or like it has 5 garages. Anything.
For me, I guess a good amount of land, like a good sized front yard or backyard.
Land to farm.
No, just space, just grass space.
That's a lot of work for a guy who doesn't go to the gym. Touche. I can say the same thing about me.
I would have to have 2 floors, 2 levels. All the rooms are upstairs.
Counting or not counting the basement?
Not counting the basement.
Oh, okay.
Definitely a basement, but obviously. A garage to fit like 3 or 4 cars. And then maybe a little second floor above the garage. To have like a little man cave or
storage
something.
Usually, yeah.
For storage, or like put a pool table or something there.
Yeah, usually people put another floor on the garage, usually for storage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a pool table, I mean, that's like the basement, I would think.
Or kind of like a hangout spot, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Like a chill bay.
Yeah.
That's your house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Very basic, simple.
I mean, mine's basic too, because yours is like just like mine. Almost. I think about it, except for the land part. Yeah. What about yours? Describe your dream house.
Couple things. So just like Marco said, good piece of land, like front yard and backyard too. Driveway, definitely a must. Garage that could fit at least 2 to 3 cars. 2 floors max, including the basement. Because I hate 3-story.
That's funny.
It's a pain in the ass going
up
and down the stairs.
I don't like 2 floors house, but all right, go ahead.
Yeah, 1 stair is fine. You know what I mean? 1 flight of stairs. But if it's like 2 floors up, you know what I mean? Plus the basement, hell no. Like I don't want to go up that many stairs. I actually used to live in a house that had 3 fucking two flights of stairs, and that was insane.
Yes, that's actually what I was gonna say about me. All right, go ahead.
The basement, very spacious with carpet, finished. I wanted to make it into like a theater room with like was that the paneling for the sound dampening?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Make it like a theater room kind of. But I do want a bar. I definitely want a bar. That's what I'm trying to figure out in my basement. I want to make like a little bar area.
The sound dampening.
Yep. Absolutely no pool. Because I lived in a house that had a pool. Fuck that, dude. There's so much maintenance.
It's a lot of work.
So much maintenance. Jesus.
Yeah.
My ex used to have a pool in her house, and I cleaned it twice. Just twice. And I told her that, like, does anyone swim in this damn pool other than a dog? And then because we had a dog together, right? Not like we had it, like we conceived the dog or whatever, but like we bought a dog together. But only the little Pomsky. That's the only person that ever went to that pool, and I cleaned it twice. And there's no. Here's the hard part. There's no pool cover.
Wow, they just leave it out in the open like that?
She doesn't have a pool cover because it was ripped. Because they apparently it was too much snow and it ripped the pool cover, and so they never bought another one. So it was more cleaning, and we could have hired another. You know how much a pool guy costs to clean? It's expensive.
Yeah,
it's crazy expensive. Yeah, and then I cleaned it only twice, and I just fucking told her I can't do this shit anymore. It was like, let's get rid of the pool.
It's bad.
Well, it's her choice because it was her house.
Yeah, see, I want like a good sized backyard, because then if you have like cookouts and stuff, you can have like a good amount of people over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So for me, it's like, okay, so here's my ideal dream house, right? For me, is that I want like a ranch style house where it's just one floor. I wouldn't mind it being longer.
It's a retirement house.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it being longer. That it was like if you cut it in half and stack it on top of each other, it would have been 2-floor house, right? But I like it kind of longer and only one floor, because like this is what Jay was talking about, and this is why I said that. It was because I was so sick and tired of doing laundry from the basement, climbing all the way to the 3rd floor, because I used to live in the 3rd floor, and then having to carry the laundry up and down the steps over and over. So the reason why I want a 1-floor house, right, or house like a ranch style house where it's just 1 floor, is because it's so convenient just to move things around. And I probably put the laundry on the same floor, the laundry machine on the same floor.
Yeah.
So it'd be easier to move things around. And I just like the convenience of like everything being on 1 floor instead of running up and down the steps to move things. That's the other thing too. And as far as the front yard, I kind of want a small front yard, not that big, maybe enough to fit like a small garden, like a little patch.
Yeah.
But I hate taking care of yards. I hate it. I don't like it. And honestly, there's a downside to this, and most homeowners know this too, is that the moment that your front of your house looks really good, your taxes go up higher. Your value of your house goes up higher, which means you have to pay taxes on it because it appreciated higher. And then I know this one horror story with my friend. He bought his house when it was $400,000, and then because he cleaned up his house and fixed it so well, it went to like $700,000 to $800,000, and then he had to pay taxes on that, just because he thought like that's just regular maintenance, and now he leaves his house shitty because of that.
That's hilarious. I actually
it's
didn't
true
know
though, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's true.
I never heard of it.
I cleaned. Yeah, I cleaned up.
There's actually people who drives around and they value people's houses, and then they report it to the city after, right? But they only see from the front of your house, and then they report it to the city of the estimated just from the front.
That's pretty fucked up.
Costs. And then you have to pay taxes according to how much your house capital gain and how much it increased. But for me, I don't care, because I just want the front like to be kind of small where you can kind of park 4 cars comfortably, including the garage. Like even if it's a 2-car garage, that's fine with me. But 2 more in the driveway is fine with me. And not that much in the front, because I want people to park their car and just walk like a small little walkway into the house. And in the backyard, I want it to be a medium-sized backyard. But maybe I want to say like if it's a basketball court size, half of it is concrete, the other half is grass. So my mom can farm all she wants for all I damn care. Because I don't give a damn about it.
We were planning to make a garden patch in the back too.
Yeah,
she likes.
My mom's big on vegetables and fruits, so she loves selling that stuff. So I would like just have a garden, all that stuff she wants, and then the other half is just like a patio, a barbecue place, and stuff like that. I don't give a damn about a pool. I sure as fuck don't want a pool.
Nope.
And that's it. Yeah, because ranch style houses, I guess I fell in love with it when I lived in Cali. Because there's no basement in Cali. That's a fun fact. A lot of people don't know that. There's no such thing as a basement in Cali. Because of the earthquake. Google it. You'll see why. I mean, an earthquake is self-explanatory. But everyone stays on just 1 floor. Not a lot of houses have 2 floors. Right?
Yeah.
Unless they have foundation, whatever, right? But the convenience of everything being on one floor. It's so convenient. Yeah, that's sweet. Though.
I didn't
That's
know
my
that
dream
either.
house. Huh. All right,
Yeah.
that's my dream house. All right, moving along.
That's fucked up though. They're driving in front.
I've never heard of that
Yeah,
before.
me either. That just sounds scummy.
What?
Maybe it depends on the city.
Maybe
A lot of
because
cities have it.
I cleaned up the front of my area and I didn't notice any difference.
You haven't had it yet, but the guy comes and he values the house.
Huh?
Yeah,
Maybe
drive.
if they just drive randomly.
They drive and you'll notice that they'll stop and then you'll just see them with like a notebook, like what they value the house at.
That's interesting. The only people that keep coming to my house are the fucking guys who want to install solar panels. They're so annoying.
Yeah.
They're like, government's doing it for free, but what they don't fucking tell you is that the government owns the solar panels, not you.
Mm-hmm.